Good evening, everyone that's here. Hey, Kitty Witty. I'm joined with Mac J today. Hey, Matt.
So,
Tonight's live is not going to be about our theories on Gypsy Rose. We're going to be telling how, well, I am. I don't know about Mac here, but I'm going to be telling you all exactly what I think of her. That might not impress a lot of people because, there are people in the community, on YouTube, that see her as a victim. I personally do not. Under any circumstances do I see her as a victim.
only one victim.
Sorry?
But there's only one victim.
Exactly. And that was her mother, Dee Dee.
Yep.
So, as it says in the title, I think I wrote thoughts on Gypsy Rose. I can't remember what this live is called, but I know. And it's an open panel. So if you want to say how you really feel about her, and you don't have to worry about holding back the swearing or anything like that, because I can be honest and say I think that Gypsy Rose, well, Mac and I thought of a different name for her, and I'll let Mac say what the name is. What was it again? Pantyhose? Okay, Mac dropped out. Yeah, sorry, give me a sec, guys.
Closed the wrong tab.
It's all good. Sorry, give me one sec. I'm gonna sorry. Well, okay. The reason I say that more or less Dee Dee was, from my perspective, is the fact that she was murdered. That's why I see Dee Dee as a victim. She may have been an abuser, yes, we get that, but she didn't deserve to die for what she was doing. No one deserves to die for those reasons. They should have got her help, yes, but to die for what she did to Gypsy, no. And at the end of the day, you got to look at this big picture of the side of things, is the fact that it's only Gypsy's word against her mother's now, and her mother's not here to defend herself. So I see, like I said, a victim because she was murdered.
Yeah, victim as in terms of being unalived.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ.
Who's here? TJ?
No, DJ Aussie Mum.
Oh, DJ. Hey, I thought you said TJ. I'm like, a bit early for them over there in good old England. Hey, DJ. How you doing, sweetheart? But, yeah, that's the only way I see Dee Dee as a victim is because I'm not monetized, so I can say the word murdered. It's fine. Because she was murdered. That's how I see her as a victim.
Yes, that's how I see her.
And yes,
like no one's condoning her actions.
No.
From a purely objective perspective, she is the one who was unalived, not the Gypsy. I don't know.
I don't think that personally, though. Like, yeah, what Dee Dee was doing to Gypsy was completely fucked up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But like I said, we don't know how bad it was behind the scenes, so to speak. We just see what we've seen. Like, being here in Australia, it's really hard to say, oh, we saw all the news and all that sort of stuff. Because I don't know. We didn't actually get told anything about Gypsy Rose until like the movies came out about her and all that sort of stuff. So.
But Kitty, do we even know if it was fully 23 years? Like, I couldn't trace it back. I couldn't trace it back to more than maybe 4 or 5, like, records of the abuse. I don't know. I mean,
well, there's a lot of things
the timeline.
There's a lot of things that Gypsy has come out with that I find very interesting, like how she goes that one time she escaped, and keep in mind, she lived in a neighbourhood. She didn't live in an isolated zone where her house was the only one on the street. You know what I mean? But in saying that, she says that one time she did escape, and then her mum found her and brought her back, and then chained her to the bed. Pardon?
GMD's here.
Sorry, I'm not keeping an eye on chat. Oh,
G.
hey Gina, how you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, it's just, I think personally, like I said, I find a lot of things, because like I said, all we're hearing now, because we're not likely to ever hear Dee Dee's side of the story, and obviously Dee Dee did suffer from Munchausen by proxy, I get that. But in saying that as well, some of the things that Gypsy is now saying that her mother did to her, it just makes me think how much of it, now that Dee Dee's not here, how much of it is going to be exaggerated. How much of it is actually going to be lied about or not even told the truth about. You know, I'm not saying Dee Dee didn't do anything to Gypsy, because clearly she did. But how much of it now, apart from what we already knew at the time, how much are we going to actually find out about it that is actually going to be told that or proved that it's not true now, if that makes sense? Like, she escaped. No one saw Gypsy escape the first time she escaped, but yet Dee Dee found her, as unwell as Dee Dee was, took her home and then managed to, like I said, chain her to a bed. And yet there's, as far as I'm aware, there's no proof of chains ever being administered to tie her down. So things like that I just find a little bit sus.
There's so
like I
much
said,
in this case. It's just...
Yeah. Well, this case is pretty, like, so to speak, my bottom line of this is that somebody died who didn't need to. She needed to be held accountable for what she did to Gypsy. And I personally think that Gypsy should be in jail because of the fact that, you know, she said that, you know, there was times where she knew she could walk and stuff like that. But if it makes me think, if she wasn't in on it, why did that one time she was jumping up and down on a trampoline and all that sort of stuff? And then as soon as she saw her mum, yeah, she feared her mum. I get that. But why didn't she just say, I can do these things to so many people, and then people would have got her out of that situation? Is it because Dee Dee was closer to the, sorry to put it as blunt as this, closer to death, and Gypsy thought, well, hang on a second, if my mum dies, they're going to put me in a home for disabled people, and I'm not going to be able to, you know, do what I've been doing. So it makes me think, was it a mercy killing? No?
I've never thought of it like that. I feel like this is... I feel sorry for child Gypsy Rose. I don't feel so sorry for...
Oh, I agree there, DJ.
adult
Sorry, she's saying.
Rose.
I just think that if you, like, okay, it's Nick, isn't it? That's the partner, former partner, I should say.
Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. I think personally that the justice system needs to wise up and wake up, and actually get him the psychiatric help he needs, and put him in a psychiatric hospital instead of in, you know, full-blown prison where he could be going downhill even further with his mental health. I think the way they just basically threw him in jail, threw away the key, threw Gypsy in a jail, but hey, she's out now and she's making big bucks on whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
And people, why are people treating her like a celebrity? You know, should we go make all the people that are part of Al Qaeda, should we go make them celebrities too because of 9/11? Even though I don't believe they're responsible.
I have no idea. Maybe all the gaslighting from mainstream media, or...
I just think it's fucked up. It shouldn't, you know, if people want to come, if there's anyone in chat who wants to come up on panel and talk about this as well, please let me know, and I'll drop the link because it's open discussion tonight. It's always open discussion night on my panel. But no, I just think that No, okay, let's just say this, right? When, like I said, whenever and Gypsy is going to drop little breadcrumbs over time to say her mum did this. There's no proof, and there will be no proof of these things happening. Like her mum chained her down to a bed, but then a few days later, her mum took her to the doctors. How come when the mum took her to the doctors, how come they didn't see any chain marks around her wrists when she was supposedly chained to the bed by the wrists and the ankles?
Oh yeah.
You know, where are the chains in the house? Dee Dee would have been too sick to carry those chains out and put them somewhere. You know, I just get confused big time by this case and stuff. So I apologise if I've offended anybody with my theories, but yeah, I think that Gypsy Rose was scared because, like I said, her mother was closer to death than she thought. So she thought, okay, we'll do away with her. I'll run away, and no one will know any different. But the amount of stuff the effort that Gypsy Rose went into, you know, like they had a safe in the house apparently, and Gypsy Rose knew the combination, even though that was something that only Dee Dee knew, but Gypsy knew it. She was able to go on Facebook and write all these horrible, like the bitch is dead or something. You know, like that's heartless to write that.
I want to know why her search history wasn't disclosed. Like,
yeah.
You know, that would be very revealing. Like, we know that she told Nick to wear gloves and dispose of them outside the house. But how did she find the tickets? You know, stuff like that. That's not disclosed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and how is it that she was able to go on all these chat sites, like, and then she found that Nick guy in a church, Christian chat room, and yet her mother watched her like a fucking hawk, and yet she was able to go on all these websites and stuff. Her mother never checked her search history or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think Dee Dee was that dumb. Like I said, I feel sorry for younger Gypsy Rose, but around 18.
The one that's come out of jail now is just an opportunist.
Nope.
You know, she's going to take every opportunity she can to tell her story and fucking, and to fucking make sure that she's seen throughout her whole life, in my opinion, as a victim. Like, and I saw this thing on TikTok the other day that she's donated her hair. No, I would not want to wear a strand of her hair on my clothing, let alone any of her hair on my head. I'd rather walk around bald.
Gross.
Yeah, because apparently, but the thing is, I found out when I said to my friend Lee, who passed away, I had reasonably long hair at that point, and I was actually I said to her, I said, I want to donate my hair. She goes, but if you're going to donate your hair, sometimes you can donate it, but sometimes it has to have a root attached to it. So that's why they do the shave.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, but when I saw that, I'm donating this to me. Okay, how do you even know about that charity, honey?
There was in the Facebook group. We just had a document by the defense. Do you think I can find it? Nope. But it was interesting seeing that they've listed like their exhibit. One of the exhibits is something from 2018, not 20.
Gina just said
interesting.
Gina has just said he's got a new lawyer and hopefully he can get the help that he needs. Well, I hope so, because he doesn't belong in. Yes, okay, he may have actually, caused injury that caused Dee Dee's death. All right, I'm not saying he's not responsible for his part in it, but he does not deserve. Someone who knows that he has he's on the autism spectrum. And I'm not saying that's an excuse for it at all, because I'm not. And the fact that her husband has Gypsy's husband, has come forward and said, Oh, people are saying that Gypsy's a manipulator. She's the one that was manipulated. Um, exactly how was she manipulated in the death of her mum? She supplied the gloves. She supplied the knife. She supplied the leaving the door unlocked. She supplied opportunity for Nick to go in and doing that, but yet she only served, what was it, 8 years out of 10? I'm worried that when those
Yeah,
the next
yeah.
what?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm
I
trying to
was
read
just trying
chat.
to look for the.
Yeah, it's easily covered up, DJ, but at the same time, though, is if they're checking her pulse. When my doctor checks my pulse, he always checks my wrist. You know what I mean? That's how my doctor checks my pulse. So, oh, the actual, like, he puts his pointer finger and his middle finger on my wrist and checks my pulse that way. He doesn't do it through clothing. He does it on the actual wrist. So I find that a bit strange that, they didn't see anything. Well, they probably did, but didn't, and she probably would have explained it away. But like I said, Nick and, well, not, Gypsy is the kind of person who, like I said, if she would get paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to do interviews that she's doing, and when she's out in public, she's there taking photos. People are there, the press is there taking photos. I'm like, don't give her that attention, because at the end of the day, she wants children, by the way, guys.
Oh god.
Sterilize her. Fuck.
Child services.
Can you imagine that voice walking around with a voice like that as a boy?
Oh no, 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 no.
Like Fran Drescher, she's someone I admire a lot, but her voice is nah, her voice is like. Can you imagine if Gypsy was to take helium, like breathe in some helium? She'd probably
Oh
talk
god,
like
it would
Darth
be
Vader.
worse.
No, she should probably talk like Darth Vader.
Oh my god, it's Nick's fault. Everything's Nick's fault. I'm living my best life. The D is fire.
I just
Yeah,
don't.
that's
I'm sorry, guys.
exactly.
I don't like her. I really can't stand Gypsy Rose. Like, she is the kind of, like I said, she's an opportunist. She'll take, like, instead of trying to tell what her mum did to the public, maybe try and draw and make her mum more of a bitch than her mother was. How about trying to draw awareness? Like, what are the symptoms when you started noticing that your mum said that you couldn't do this, couldn't do that? What age were you when you realised that? Because you seem to remember a lot when you were younger, like going to Disneyland, doing this, doing that. You remember all those things. Well, how is this for an opportunity for you, Gypsy? When did you start noticing that your mum was doing this shit to you? And when did you notice that you could, like when she said, oh, you couldn't walk? What age were you when she said that to start with? And how old were you when you realised, oh, hang on a second, I can walk? And how you're saying about how you didn't know how old you were because your mum would put different amounts of candles on the cake. So how did you find out how old you really are? Obviously, birth certificate. But that aside, how would she know how old she was when she went to the police station? Because I can guarantee you one thing. Dee Dee was to hide this from people and dupe a lot of people into thinking there was something wrong with Gypsy. I can guarantee there's no way in the world that Dee Dee would have left Gypsy's bloody birth certificate just lying around. Oh, you're 16, yeah, but you're really 21. But, here, have a look at your birth certificate. I don't think so somehow.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a lot. I've got kind of brain drain from that case. I guess for those of you like Kitty Witty would know, I was helping Ozzy earlier with Samantha Murphy. That's another one. With this case, it's going to be interesting in a few, I think a week. We've got Nick talking on one of the YouTube channels that's been verified by his father on Facebook. So it'll be interesting to see Gypsy's reaction to that. But that's me in that case. There's a bit of brain drain. I don't know about Aussie, but the amount of garbage in that she speaks, like in the interrogation room, all her body language, and then like all her she's not even upset about her mother. Like, she pretends to be, but it's so very fake.
Yeah.
Like, she's not.
Well, like DJ just said, listen to what I just said about how she was a kid. She probably didn't know any better. I get that. I'm probably, like I said, like I'm saying, DJ, this is an open discussion, okay? So, you know, I'm just saying how I feel, and people in chat saying how they feel, and I appreciate you pointing out things that I'm saying. But what I'm getting at is that what makes me very angry is the fact that Nick is in jail, technically, you might as well say, for the rest of his life. And I find it appalling that, like I said, Gypsy's the one that supplied the gloves, the knife. And there are people out there who actually get over 20 years jail for supplying the murder weapon in a crime. So why is it that, Gypsy went through a lot of shit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Dee Dee duped her into thinking all these things were wrong with her. It turns out there was absolutely nothing wrong with her. We know that. But instead of trying to make money and making, like I said, Dee Dee look more of a bitch than she was, how about start trying to remember, when did you start noticing that things, you know, your mum was doing things to you that weren't needed? You know, like you knew you didn't need a wheelchair, and you knew that for about at least 4 years before you actually decided to do away with your mum. Like my mum, I absolutely love my mum. There have been times when I absolutely hate my mum, you know, but I love her because she's my mum. But what I'm getting at is that I would never, ever, ever touch a hair on my mother's head to cause her 1 second of pain. Like when my brother is being an arsehole to her, I'm there jumping in, defending her. And there was a time when I just wouldn't give a shit. You know what I mean? I would always defend her growing up. I would always do whatever I could to protect my mum. But it comes down to the fact that I'm asking is, how old was nearly called a garden hose then, Gypsy Rose, when she realised that, hey, like I said, how old was she when she realised that she could walk? Clearly it would have been around the time when she supposedly first escaped, but yet nobody saw her. You know, and yeah. Pretty scary. It's pretty scary to think that, you know, like she said that when she tried to escape, she successfully escaped, but then her mum found her. How would her mum know where she was? Because around about that time, I'm pretty sure she didn't have a mobile phone. I don't know. I just felt, like I said, I'm just saying how I feel about Gypsy Rose.
Well,
like my heart goes out to what?
Like, people have so conflicting opinions on this. I feel that if you're not in the true crime community, you're not getting a very complete view from the mainstream media. Then people don't know a lot of I don't want to say a lot of the bullshit that Gypsy talks in her interrogation, for example, or in the documents, like where you can read the police documents, and there's just some stuff there that, like, they didn't find this video. I think I can mention this because I already mentioned it in the previous live I did with Aussie on Gypsy Rose, but there's this like Demona account of her she had on Facebook, and it only just came out because it was listed in the defense's appeal for Nick, and she's like something along the lines of, if you don't do this, I will play the one card that I have against you. And it's just she's in a persona, obviously, but that's the way
manipulative. If you ask me.
it is, and he's obviously being autism. He's gonna take that very
Yeah, he's going to take that like she can destroy me all over again. But he deserved, like DJ just wrote in chat, he deserves a fair trial.
yes,
And here's an idea. This is something that I think they should do to every criminal that commits a crime and before they're released, a week up until they're ready to be released. I think that they should do daily, and I mean this daily, lie detector tests. And the first question I'd ask, do you have any intentions of reoffending? And if they go no, and even though lie detector tests aren't reliable, but they sure as hell were reliable when the Watts case happened. But my point being is the fact that, like that's when they go, yes, we got him. But what I'm saying is the fact that that's what they need to do. They need to put them on anyone that's going to be released, especially Gypsy Rose, especially if any other criminal, if they have killed, unalived someone, then I'm sorry, but what they need to do is they need to put them on constant lie detector tests. And with the cuff that they use in a doctor's surgery, 9 out of 10 times that's to check your blood pressure, not your pulse. DJ, I'm just saying, when my doctor does my blood pressure, that's when he puts that cuff on and then pumps it up, and then, oh my God, that hurts. It almost feels like your arm's about to fucking snap off. I'm not one for pain. And the only way I was able to get my tattoo that I got is because I was sleep deprived and I had a lot of caffeine. So I didn't even feel it. And plus, I've got fat boobs apparently, so it's good to get it on a fatty spot. But no, in all seriousness, no, Nick deserves a fair trial. Gypsy needs to keep her mouth shut. And in all honesty, I think it's disgusting that people are actually paying her to basically relive what would have been a traumatic life for herself, and she can, like I said, she can add whatever she wants now.
That she's got, I think it's Vimeo or some video software now where you pay like $100 and Gypsy Rose will have a video call with you or something along those lines. I'm like, really? How is this different from, how is this much different from what you were doing before? Like, before you were like,
should I start doing that now? Instead of promoting my PayPal and my Amazon wishlist, I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to promote, I just did, but still. My point being is that should I stop doing that and then start saying to people through Messenger, like if I talk to DJ through Messenger and every time she sends me a message, I need to tell her every time I reply to one of your messages, it's going to cost you $10.
I think this is like a celebrity only.
Oh, I don't, but still, like, there you go. So I wouldn't pay $100 to speak to Gypsy Rose if it was the last person on earth I had to speak to.
Yeah,
I would rather let.
There's supporters, right? That's fine. You want to support Gypsy, that's fine. Everyone's got different opinions, but then there's the next level up from that, and they're called stands. Like they will worship the ground she walks on, like cult level.
Yeah, okay, here's a question. This is something that I'm very confused about. How is it that because Nick is trying to get a trial happening for himself, yeah?
Yes.
His case reopened, so to speak. How is it she doesn't have a gag order on her yet when 9 out of 10 times, say, for example, if I went to jail for an accessory to a murder, which I'm not likely in because I don't.
Ozzy.
Hey, Ozzy, how you doing? Please feel free to, if you want to come up, Ozzy, you're welcome to. It's on like Donkey Kong. How is it that she does not have an order out saying basically because Nick is trying to get a retrial, how is it that she isn't basically being told to shut the fuck up, you know, because Nick is trying to go for a retrial. And by you saying things like his alter ego, the vampire, I can't remember what his name was. What was the vampire's name? You and Ozzy can help me out here.
I know what you're talking about. That
Yeah,
vampire persona of his,
yeah,
like a
and
vampire. Yeah.
yeah, but now here's the thing I don't get though is the fact that she's saying, "Oh, it was his alter ego." Okay. Thing is though, you knew in advance that this Nick dude had an alter ego, and instead of going to your mum and saying, "Hey, mum, this guy I'm seeing or whatever is he's sent back in time like the fucking Terminator to come back and basically kill anyone who hurts me.
Ugh.
Lock your bedroom fucking door." Or
Well,
why did his mum say to Gypsy the night of the night he was killed, "Don't kill me"?
According to Ozzy, it's Victor. That was the vampire's name.
Victor, thank you, Ozzy. You're a legend. Thank you. Yeah, so Victor.
I've got a bit of brain on this case, so I should know that, but I'm like, nope.
You've been exposed to that you don't know Victor. It's all good.
Yes.
But when she talks about it though, if you watch her eyes kind of like dart left and right when she's talking about Victor, sort of to say, "Hang on, is that the name I've used in all the other interviews?" Oh boy, I hope so. I personally just can't stand her. She is the most annoying person that I can honestly. Like I said, the police need to put a gag order on her. So if Nick does get the chance to go and get a retrial or get the professional help that he needs in the proper facility, no one's going to grant it because of what she's doing.
I think the gag order would probably be issued, like, hopefully, fingers crossed, they decide to give him grant his request for a new trial. If that happens, then they'll slap on the gag order. But until then,
but the thing is, though, by the time he does get his retrial, his name has already been dragged through the mud. Unless they come to Australia and do the trial, he's not going to get a fair trial in Australia anywhere. I'm not saying.
Well, true, but look at Idaho 4. It's the same thing, you know.
Yeah, like, what's happened with them? Like, is that guy being
convicted? Hearing tomorrow. I
haven't heard anything about
but my brain drained from Samantha.
Oh, it's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll ask you another day.
I did a last minute.
When you think about it, when he was saying about how I'm not going to get a fair trial here, I want the case or the hearing to be moved. They moved it.
You see,
what state in America?
What? Well, it's the same for all horror. You can minimize the damage by gag orders and stuff, but you can't really. Once it becomes
if she wants to talk about it, okay. Talk about it as much as you want, Gypsy, but you can't make any money off it.
We don't need.
You bring up Nick's name, you're not allowed to talk about Nick. If you're not allowed to see him, sweetheart, you don't talk about him.
Yeah, I don't know.
She has to, I guess, but still.
Ozzy, just grabbing you quickly. Do you remember that post where she's talking? I can't remember. It's on one of her social medias, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, where she says she's been advised by her lawyer not to talk about Nick on social media. I think it was her YouTube that she'd taken down. Okay. Tammy's gone. Yeah, so there was a social media post, but I've got so much brain drain I can't remember. If it exists, it'll be in one of the Facebook groups.
But the thing is, though, so she's been advised not to talk about him. About fucking time. But the thing is, though, the damage has already been done. When you think about it, because if she keeps talking about him or not talking about him, Like, if I had a chance here and now to talk about whoever I wanted to, and then I'd be told, oh, you can't talk about that person anymore, I
But it
wouldn't
can
care
also,
because I know that my voice has already been heard.
well, it can also be a good thing. The Delphi case, right? That's another high
Hold
profile.
that thought. I've dropped the link if anyone wants to join back an ION panel.
Delphi is, if the defense had not publicly, granted they were supposed to redact it, but if the defense had not dropped that motion that they had dropped with the occult leanings, then nobody would know, and they would just follow the FBI BS that they have. Like, you know, it concerns me that retired police officers felt a innocent man was going to prison, so they handed over all this evidence to the defense. I mean, if that hadn't leaked, look, I don't even think leaked, because they had to publicly release the legal documents anyway. But like I'm saying, it can be bad, but it can also be used good.
I just think it's disgusting. She's this is going to sound like I'm being horrible saying this. Okay, hypothetically, Nick did it all himself. Man, there's so many people that either the case has a Nick or a Chris in it. It's like, I'm surprised she didn't name his vampire fucking Chris. It's fucking like in the Chris Watts case, there's so many Nicoles in it, and Nick or Nikki or fucking Icky.
Don't forget the number 13. Idaho.
What about it?
August 13 for Watts. Idaho 13th of September, I think. Delphi 13th of January. Or was it 12th?
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. One of them, yeah.
I'm
sick of that.
Yeah. It's just, it does my fucking head in. But the thing is, though, as much as it sounds horrible, what Gypsy has done by talking about Nick the way she has, if his family, I'm pretty sure they've heard it, sue her for defamation of character. Because she, like I said,
I always find it hard to talk about American, because they seem to be able to sue for a lot, but if it's anything like here, they'd still have to meet criteria. So I'm not even sure if he can, unless she was found guilty of something. I just don't know. If they could sue, I'm pretty sure they would pursue that avenue somehow after the trial.
I just don't understand how she got a celebrity status. Sorry to keep going back to that, but I don't get it. She does not deserve anything. She should just be released from jail, not make a big song and dance about it. Her husband looks a cross between a former YouTuber and her mother, so clearly that's a good thing for her, I guess. But I don't understand why. Like, I was asked, I can't remember who asked me, but I think it was not my brother. Someone once asked me if you had a chance to interview Gypsy Rose, would you? And I'm like, nope. Well, why not? It'd be amazing for your channel. It might be amazing for my channel, but the thing is, though, I don't have whatever amount she would charge me to say, hey, listen, up, sweetheart, I want to interview you. Because I would actually ask her the hard questions, such as, if you knew your boyfriend had an alter ego that wanted to kill people, and you told him all this stuff about your mum, like, oh, he wanted to protect you. And when you said, even from my mum, that should have been a hint to yourself. What am I saying? This person wants to kill people. Like, he's come back from over 200 years ago. Like, why didn't you warn your mum? I think there's an echo.
Huh? Is there?
Oh, I thought there was an echo before.
I don't have YouTube open. I have. I don't think so. No, I don't. I just closed it. Maybe it was me. Yeah.
No.
You know who I'd like. I'd like to know thoughts on would be who is it that comes here? She's really nice, and she has the like StreamYard cushion. Oh, her name escapes me.
True Tap?
No. She's not true.
Did she come into my chat?
Yeah, she comes into your chat.
Oh, okay. I don't actually know. I don't
Oh, you
know.
know her. I just can't put the name to the. I'm terrible with names.
Most of the time I am too, so that's why when someone comes in and I'm like, I don't know you. Who are you? But
I don't know.
oh, Rosalie.
Rosaline, that's the one, Ozzy. That's the one. Thank you. I'd like to hear her perspective.
She doesn't get into true crime, so she probably doesn't. She doesn't.
I know, but she would still have a perspective on Gypsy because it's technically like Gypsy's actions now. Like, technically not true crime because it's just her posting on social media. But I just like her perspective on her behavior, just what she thinks of it. I don't know. I think Rosalind would offer some insight there. That would be interesting.
It'd be interesting to know her point of view, but like I said, Rosalind doesn't get into true crime, even though it's not true crime anymore.
I understand why. The Watts case just drained me of true crime.
Mia mentioned one of my theories on her channel that you told me about. How back to Watts for a second. How I said about the truck scenario. It's amazing how when I first started looking into this case, it's funny how I mentioned like how maybe chloroform was used.
Yeah,
but I don't remember who it was that said it to me. I think it was True Town. She said to me about how that it's amazing how like nobody died in the house because if anybody did, no matter how much cleaning products you used, the dog still would have picked up the scent of someone being dead in the house.
No, definitely.
I just don't understand.
The girls came home from the birthday party. I don't believe
I've always thought that. Like people go, people are saying, but Shanane's dad spoke to the girls on Sunday night. How can we be 100% sure that he was in the
he couldn't remember if it was Sunday or
Saturday or Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
exactly.
he couldn't remember.
Exactly. It's amazing what he can remember, and it's amazing what he can't remember.
Well,
and I think.
Question: she is now putting out she's pregnant. Do we believe it? Really? Really? I heard that, but I heard it was confirmed fake by the stepmother. Sorry, I only just saw Ozzy's comment. What do you think of that?
Ozzy, come up on panel. Fuck. If she's pregnant, how the fuck is she going to treat that kid? That's something that is going to be very, very interesting to know because apparently Dee Dee's mum did sort of things to Dee Dee and said that Dee Dee had this wrong and this and this and this. And then it was passed down to Dee Dee, and Dee Dee then did it to Gypsy. So Gypsy is the fruit of their labour, so to speak, from her mum's loins, grandmother's DNA and all that shit. You've got to look at the big picture, though. How much is she got to be watched? I would not. No.
I'm sus about Ryan as a parent of the allegation. Well, apparently he was kicked out of his job because he said to one of the students, "I effed your mother." Like, who says that to a special needs kid at a Christian school, no less? I mean, I never liked him from the time I first saw him.
When I first saw him, I'm just like, Well, okay, here's one for you. When they showed footage of what it was like the day Gypsy was released, and he tried to kiss Gypsy, and Gypsy goes, "No, I just want to lie here and cuddle." I'm sorry if anyone's getting offended by me doing her voice, but it gets.
No, she doesn't really like him. I think she's settling for him, to be honest.
Now the thing is, though, now from what I've heard over the years, though, is that if you go through chemotherapy, it can in fact leave you infertile, like you can't have kids. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's the same case for everyone, but with the amount of drugs and pills and not necessarily operations, I shouldn't say that one because that's no, but all the drugs that Dee Dee was supposedly giving Gypsy, how's she able to get pregnant? You know what I mean? I know that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that if she is pregnant, even though I'm not a fan of her, I hope she has a beautiful, healthy child. I wish her all the best for it, and I hope that that child is brought up in a loving, pure, loving home that isn't going to be a repeat of how Dee Dee treated Gypsy.
Well,
you know, so like I don't. Does Ozzy want to come up on panel?
CPS will have their eye on her, I reckon, for sure.
Oh, but the thing is, though, how much are they going to keep an eye on her? There are children all over the world that are getting
that's true.
lost amongst in the system. You know, Gypsy can easily, you know, I don't know. I just don't think people like Gypsy. No offense, everyone's entitled who can actually have children. Everyone's entitled to have children. I'm 41, never found the need to have a kid. Mind you, most people that I've been intimate with at the time didn't want kids, and I didn't want kids with them. But the point I'm making, though, is the fact that if Gypsy has still all these after effects of all the drugs that her mum gave her, how's she able to get pregnant?
Yeah, I don't know.
That probably makes me sound like a horrible, horrible person. But like I said, if Gypsy is pregnant, even though I don't like Gypsy at all, I wish her the best. I wish for her, like I said, to have a healthy child and bring that child up in a loving home where if there is something wrong with her child, she takes care of it, but then doesn't try and make it worse than what it is. Like if it's a cold, I don't want her to say her daughter has a different illness and says, "Oh, my daughter's syphilis." Instead of saying that, you know, she goes, "Oh, my daughter's dying."
There's some of the text messages she sent were a bit like about being pregnant and stuff to Nick. Do you remember those? Did you ever see them?
I didn't get to see them, but I'm going to look into them.
Yeah, I think Ozzy showed them.
Yeah, Aussie True Crime, if you're welcome to come up on panel if you want to, my dear. It'd be lovely to have you on panel. But if you're too tired, I completely get it. I've been awake since 3 a.m, so I'm very tired. After I finish this live, I'm going to have a cold shower and go to bed. Maybe.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting, those text messages. A lot of interesting stuff in that case, and I think, well...
But here's the thing, though. For someone who didn't have, as she's told people, she didn't have much of an education, but it's like you had another. She speaks bigger words than I do, and I'm 41, and she's what, 32?
About that,
How would she even know how to use a smartphone?
Well, I thought she was born in 1991. I think that's what her. I think Dee Dee changed it, but so that would make her younger than me. So I think that would make her 33.
Oh, okay. I just think personally that Nick got the wrong end of the fucking stick this time around. I think that they need to. He needs to be not free, as in walking the streets free, but he needs to be out of jail and in a proper care facility because there are other criminals out there. All they have to do is say, "Oh, I've got split personality or something," and they get psychiatric assessment. They already told him.
He confirmed autism, so I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He's not getting at. He's told them all the issues that he has, and they still put him in popularity in jail. General population.
That confuses me so much. Like, they knew before that he had records of being autistic before even he was arrested. So why? I don't know.
Exactly.
Why?
I just hope they do something to help him get the help that he needs, and I hope that, in my personal opinion, if I was to ever interview her, which I know for a fact I never will, but instead of paying her all these high, like triple, like double-digit amounts for an interview, how about putting that money into getting Nick a proper trial? Yes, Gypsy can't help him at all. That's a given. But the people that are paying her, instead of paying her, how about helping basically, you might as well say a child get out of jail and get into the proper care that he fucking needs?
Well, you should have
It's not
seen how
right.
YouTube comment. It
Oh,
was
sorry.
pretty. Um, uh, it's taken down now, but she said when someone commented that she manipulated an autistic person, she's like, I'm all for people with real disabilities, not people who go to court and know the difference between right and wrong. And from then on, I just had no.
My eldest nephew, okay, my eldest nephew is autistic. All right. And I know a few of my friends who have kids who are autistic. And they wouldn't even, how can I put it? My eldest nephew, beautiful, beautiful young man, he knows right from wrong, and because I even once said, like, because I remember there was this time, right, and this shows you how my nephew knows right from wrong. I was preparing him a meal one time and I cut my finger. This is long before carpal tunnel and all that sort of shit. I actually cut the tip of my finger. And the first thing my nephew did was he raced to the bathroom, got a face washer, and wet it with cold water, and then wrapped my finger around it and just said this will help stop the bleeding quicker. And then when it stopped bleeding, he got me a Band-Aid and all that sort of stuff. So he knows that if someone's in pain and stuff like that. But the thing is, though, at the end of the day, we hear that Nick is autistic, but do we know what? I hope this isn't the wrong term to use to say this. We don't know what side of the coin of autistic he is. Is he a high-functioning autistic person?
I don't know.
Is he like the person from Rain, like how, what was his name? Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man, that kind of
I would
autistic,
say, I don't think I don't think he could pick up on the manipulation of Gypsy.
but he was, no. He manipulated Gypsy according to Ryan.
Oh, what
How
a
the
load
fuck
of
did he
tosh.
manipulate her? No, I'm serious. How did he manipulate her?
Well, I can't see it. I see this as he's he couldn't pick up on the bullshit. He truly believes the crap that she fed him. Like, I don't think she was really into all that role playing shit. I think she was doing it to manipulate him, like, because she has like what 5 or 6 different Facebook personas. I mean, who does that? I'm not kink shaming or anything like that, but
People that create multiple accounts because they know that say, for example, if my Facebook page got shut down tomorrow, as far as I know, the people I care about have my phone number, so they can still contact me and all that sort of shit. But what I'm getting at is if my Facebook was to shut down tomorrow, I personally wouldn't give a shit. But in saying that, it's like my YouTube channel, obviously, as we all know, it's changed its name. Whereas my Facebook page of True Crime Discussions with Tammy, that is still the True Crime Discussion page. So I see as if I'm ever going to go live, I'll go live through Facebook when I do crime, but we're not doing that tonight with my YouTube.
No, this is more opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
like as far as I know, I wanted to actually ask if you knew anything about this, Tammy. Ozzy might, but I wanted to change my name on my Facebook account.
Yeah, you can't. They changed it so that way you have to have your your actual name on there. And like, I'm fortunate enough that when I created mine, everyone knows me as Tammy. There's an occasional time when I'll tell people my actual name,
Well,
but I'm not out there to publicise that too much because of the fact is that I want my friends and people I care about to know me as Tammy, and that's how I want people to know me as, not as my other name.
Yeah, well,
on my birth certificate, it's not Tammy.
Mine's I'd like to shorten it, but I'd have to make a whole new account, and that would be awkward. So
yeah, the reason I won't do that is because my phone number that I have is connected to my Facebook.
Yeah.
And my email that I actually get into these days is connected to that Facebook. So I don't want to have to go through try and struggle to create a new, email address. And then I'll probably, if I ever decided to create one, I'm not getting bullied on my current Facebook, so I see it as that, awesome. But in saying that, there's always tomorrow. No. See, when people message me out of nowhere and go, "Oh, I love your channel," and I'm like, "Huh? Your Facebook page, it's really good." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, thank you." But if I get when you get that feeling, like you and I got that feeling about Samantha's husband when we both saw the picture of him. Well, I'm not going to say out loud what it was because that was a private conversation, but we both more or less had the same opinion. And it's interesting when you look at pictures of people, you can tell. And when I see pictures of Gypsy Rose, I'm sorry, all I can feel is pure fucking evil. Yes, she's responsible as well for the death of her mother. She was bullied and basically medicated to her eyeballs from her mother. But Dee Dee did not deserve to die because of that. Regardless of how,
I wouldn't. Whose favorites? Oh, GMD. Sorry, I misread.
Sorry, I should read.
I thought she was talking about chocolate. See, that's how my brain is at the moment. Yeah, no. I don't think
Sorry, Mark. Hang on a sec. You are one of my favorites. Who? What?
Yeah, I don't know. When I saw it,
do you mean me or
Matt?
I don't know who you mean, Jane.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
If you mean me, thank you.
I've got brain mush. Because I was helping Ozzy earlier.
Yes. If you want to know the Samantha, what's Samantha's last name?
Murphy.
Thank you. I knew it was something that started with the Mer sound. If you, Ozzy, if you're still in here, can you please, anyone who is in here that has a wrench and you have a channel, please drop the links to your channels. Because even though I don't know how many people are in here at the moment, but please drop your links to your channels, people, because if I can help people like Ozzy, thank you so much for mentioning what's going live. I appreciate that. I nearly postponed it till tomorrow because I'm so fucking tired, but I didn't.
I just dropped Ozzy's in chat.
Beg pardon?
I just dropped Ozzy's in chat.
Oh, thank you. Gina, drop the link to your page, your channel as well, sweetheart.
Ozzy is here. She just can't come up. And GMD said she was talking about you. You're her favorite, or one of my favorites.
Sorry, say that again.
I said GMD said you're one of her favorites.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot, Gina. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And Gina, drop the link to your channel and your husband's.
And Ozzy's still there. She just can't come up.
That's okay. Hey, TJ. How you doing?
TJ here.
Buddy? Yeah, TJ's awesome.
Yeah,
it's very hard because I'm going to get into trouble for this. If she finds the link, she's going to come home and probably adult me. I actually adore the hell out of DJ, just TJ and DJ, because with TJ, if you say something nice to her, she's like, "Stop that! Stop that! Come on!" Oh, TJ, drop the link to your channel.
TJ.
Everyone who has a wrench, drop your links. Everybody. Because I want everybody to know that I am more than happy to, do whatever I can to help people with their channels.
TJ, what do you think of Gypsy Rose? Or Pantyhose? What is it you call her?
Oh, fuck, what did I call her? Fuck. Dipsy Hose.
Yeah, Dipsy Hose. What do you think of Dipsy Hose, TJ? I should get words and put them on this little picture thing and put, "Hi, I'm Dipsy." I'm Dipsy.
How about this instead? Gypsy Rose. Oh, but she can't be tipsy. If she is pregnant, she can't drink anymore. What a shame. But like I said, oh, here we go. Thank you for everybody who has dropped their links. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And like I said, if you haven't got a wrench and you want to drop your link, just, I don't know, find someone to drop it. I don't know. But like I said, it comes down to that Gypsy Rose needs to be reinvestigated. She needs to be back in jail for the foreseeable future because
I think 8 years was too short. She needs Gypsy Rose. You don't know Gypsy Rose? Why did I just singing Teletubbies? You don't know?
Because there's a tipsy. I think from memory, there's a tipsy of with the Teletubbies. I think there's Tipsy, Po, Lala. This is really sad that I still know the name of some of them.
Gypsy, Lala. Or something.
Oh, look at that! You mentioned Tipsy Nose, and fucking TJ has to put her dog out. Same thing. Perfect timing.
Thanks, Ozzy. I'm going to have that in my head now.
Okay, I don't actually. The sad thing is, you know the song. I know the things that they were. But apparently, for me, I think that, I don't know. I just think, I can't even think what I want to say about her because I don't want to upset anybody. Let's just say I just really dislike her.
Oh, well,
you're welcome.
I don't like her either, but I know it's hard for people who are more, I don't know, not true crime. Like if you're not true crime, or you're not in the profession that involves true crime, it's really hard to see objectively, I guess, maybe. But yeah.
Okay. Sorry to change the subject of Tipsy Hose. Where did the Teletubbies come from? Are they Australian or are they American?
I'm pretty sure they're Australian. Blue's Clues is American. Oh, speaking of Australian kids shows, Tammy, I wanted to ask you this the other day, but I forgot. Do you remember this ABC show called The Ferals?
Yes, I used to. Yes, I used to actually watch that. That used to come on here in Adelaide. It was the show before Rugrats.
Oh, I remember Rugrats. The
Feral. Remember this cartoon, Pinky and the Brain?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, how it goes, I am going to take over the world. What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
That rat used to scare the fuck out of me, man.
Well, I'm not very good at making images like Ozzy is, but I made this little thing of the Ferals, and then put Gypsy and her husband underneath the logo. That's what I think of them.
Aussie. Okay, I'm going to read chat before I ask this question. Welcome back, TJ. Aussie, whereabouts were the Teletubbies? Are they Australian or are they American? Because I remember I used to watch it a lot. Here.
Are they UK?
Oh,
Oh, they are. They are.
They are.
Okay. Teletubbies.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank fuck they're not Australian.
Rugrats was awesome. I agree.
Oh, I agree. I used to love Tommy. I didn't like Chucky. Chucky.
I don't know if they still do that show. I don't even know if they could. Probably be a bit politically incorrect.
But I liked Tommy, but I liked how mean Angelica was out of Rugrats, the sister. I liked her.
It added to the show. Sadly, yes, Teletubbies are British. Honey DJ.
I'm sorry, TJ, but we have over here in Australia, we have the Wiggles, the original Wiggles, which was Greg, Murray, Jeff, and Anthony. And Anthony was my favourite. I absolutely
hot potato.
Yeah. And he used to do this little thing where he would pretend he was riding a horse, Anthony was, and I'm just watching it and I'm just thinking, that's so cute. And my sister would be like, Tammy, what are you actually watching? I'm like, his face. And she goes, no, you're not. And I'm like, I know, but my nephew's right there. So, yeah, I'm watching his face. Anthony Field, he still is a very handsome man.
We had some pretty good ones. We had Blinky Bill.
Oh, I couldn't stand Blinky Bill. I don't know why. I just couldn't stand it. That's one show I didn't like. I used to love. Okay, this is how weird it is. I used to love that show, Inspector Gadget.
Gadget.
Yeah, and it was funny. It was his bloody niece Penny who used to help him solve all these crimes. But Gadget, being a ditzy dumbass, he thought it was all him. And then I used to like that TV show Round the Twist. What else was there?
Oh, Round the Twist, that was so awesome.
Okay, have any of you ever watched that TV show? It's not around anymore, but it was called Couch Potato. No one? Anyone? It used to be on ABC here in Australia. I was on an episode of that, doing a Spud review. I didn't read the book, so I spent the whole time reading the back of the book, trying to get an idea of what it was about. So, I'm going to end this live soon, guys. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. But Matt keeps kicking herself up.
I don't know. Actually, StreamYard froze on me, and I think I don't know why that was. So, yeah. Maybe they don't like us talking about gypsy. I don't.
It's Tipsy Hose or Tipsy Nose. How about Tipsy Nose? That sounds a little bit more nice.
Tipsy Nose.
Fucking nothing. But seriously though, like I said before, if she is pregnant, I hope that she raises that child properly. And fingers crossed that Ryan's a good dad, which I don't see him being a good dad. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, I see man baby.
I think that instead of letting her get pregnant, just give her an animal. See how she goes raising that.
Yeah. How much do you know about Samantha Murphy case, Tammy?
How much do I know about the what, sorry?
Samantha Murphy case.
Not a lot. So when this live finishes and stuff, I'm actually going to. And everyone that wants to know more about it should do the same. Aussie True Crime and Mac J did a live earlier today about that case, and I'm gonna. It's pretty sad to know that they're now trying to say it was someone else and not the husband.
They didn't quite say that. They're doing that thing where they say but they don't say at the same time. Like everyone is
everyone's seen as a suspect until.
Yeah, they're not seen as a suspect, but you know that they were. Ozzy played the press conference, but yeah. I was gonna just ask you, tell you that that guy gives me right those vibes, like the Chris on the porch vibes.
I haven't watched any of the news stuff about it.
Well, it's. I don't think it's that about 5 days ago. I think it was, but anyway, it's very interesting, but also it's just like for example she goes missing at what was it, Aussie, 9 o'clock in the morning. But on the same day, both her and her husband's phone ping at 5 p.m. the next suburb over. What?
See, the thing I don't get, if I was to commit a crime, not that I'm ever going to, but if I was, right, and I was to go somewhere, first of all, I would actually have my location on when I'm home, and then as I'm ready to leave, I would turn my location little thing on my phone off.
Oh, 7 a.m. Oh, my son. Yes. 7 a.m.
Okay, and what time did the husband leave the house?
I don't know. Do we know what time the husband left the house? We know that he didn't
Here's the thing I would love to know, though, as well. I'm not defending the husband at all. But what makes me think now is, like, what they're saying that the motive could have been money.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're not real. I hate it. I hate the term, but the car smash repair business. They're checking the local Panabitas books, but they're not really giving us.
So that's what I mean. They want the public to help, but they won't give the public enough information to help. By the sounds of things.
Oh, hey, Inks.
The phone pings was the same day. Oh, it was the same day at 5 p.m. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Ink, how you doing, Sweaty? While you're in here, Ink, drop the link to your channel. I'm promoting everyone's channel that comes in here tonight. Well, getting them self-promoted.
Yeah, so...
But that's what I mean. Like, that's what pisses me off about. I'm pretty sure the American, the British, and the Indian and whatever other police forces are out there, I'm sure they're all the same. They withhold certain information, but yet they then say, we're calling for the public's help.
Well, they're not.
But yet, if you're not going to give the public enough information to go by, how are we supposed to help?
I'd have to dig out my notes, but there's certain... Hey, Inks Hideout, there's certain rules about the collection of evidence legally that they have to meet, like how they collect it and stuff. So I'm assuming that's a part of why they're not saying certain stuff that could compromise a potential case. But for me, the fact they called it, I think Aussie, was it Aussie who said it? Oh, I don't know. But they called off their search 6 days, only 6 days after she went missing.
How long? She's been missing for like how many days now?
How many days now, Aussie? I know it's been 3 weeks, but I don't know.
I think it's like 10. or when she went missing on the what date did she go missing? And then I went. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop asking Aussie questions because it's probably annoying the fuck out of her.
They have to leave some out, copycats, etc. Exactly right, TJ. And then, oh, hey, Kitty Witty. Kitty Witty says, cards I've been doing say it's to do with business, financial troubles, a new partner, and her wanting to be alone. That's interesting because as Ozzy just said, that it's just that smile of the husband's is very reminiscent of Chris Watts' smile on the porch.
Yeah, but okay. Let's look at say three cases. Let's look at these three cases, right? One, yes, we're going to look at the Chris Watts for a second. Then look at how he was when he was doing that porch interview. He was swaying, he was rocking back and forth, side to side, and all that sort of shit. And they said, I think it was Dumbass Dork, he said, that's when I knew he was guilty. But when you see him giving the press release after Chris's sentence, he's swaying from fucking side to side. It's like, okay, so Chris did that and you automatically thought he was guilty from that one interview.
We're not privy to what he is.
Pardon?
So we're not privy to what he and the judge is. And I feel that Chris did it. I mean, whether he killed the girls can be debated endlessly, but the fact is he at least killed SW. But my point was, getting back to Samantha Murphy, is that how he is in the photos, but particularly in the interview, he just gives me that creep vibe that Watts did.
I get a creepy vibe when I look at pictures of him like that.
Ozzy played the video today, and we noticed is that he does something with his hands when he's talking. Really interesting that, and I'd have to look more into body language, but Ozzy also played, like, in that, after he finishes speaking, the daughter talks. That's like night and day. Like, seriously, there's something. I won't be surprised if, like, 9 News or whatever comes up with a headline: the husband of Samantha Murphy has been arrested today under charges relating to the disappearance of blah, blah, blah. You know, like, it would be no surprise to me.
I just hope that
I'll be right.
Samantha. What?
This time, wait for me, because I just gotta make the dog stop barking.
Okay. See, I just don't understand how he's able to. Sorry, I thought that her dog stopped barking, but Max muted herself. Oh, okay, hang on a second, guys. He's a fucking ugly thing. Sorry, I just got sent a picture of the husband, and oh man, is he horrible. I know, I just got it. Ugh. I just get a really yuck feeling about him. When I look at that picture, I'm actually grossed out. But no, I just think, like I was saying before, Mac was saying something and then she's disappeared for a bit. And so I've got to quickly say this before she comes back. I don't understand how D.A. Rourke, upon most proper names, I'll try and be mature about it, when he was swaying from side to side when he was doing the interview, nothing was really said about it. You know, like, is he hiding something? Most probably he is. Chris swaying from side to side, that's probably just a coping mechanism that he had, but yet they pinned the murders, all of them, on him, just by that one interview.
Well, yeah. But, like, with this guy, there's more, there's a lot more, like, stuff.
Yeah, well, Ozzy just sent me a picture of him. He is fucking oh, yuck. that for me, I look at that picture and I just like, you know, when you look at a picture of somebody, like when I look at pictures of John Ramsey and like
Gypsy.
Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, all of those people, I look at pictures of all of them and I get that really sinking feeling in my gut. You know what I mean? But yet when I look at pictures of Watts, I don't get that. I get the feeling like he's a mysterious or an evil piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think he did all of it. I still don't think he was responsible. I have people go, oh, he didn't kill his kids. Well, yeah, he didn't kill his girls, but if he killed Shanann, I'm sorry, he did in fact, kill one of his kids. You look at when John Ramsey is talking about John Bonet, like, oh, I won't rest until the real person's caught. The real person that did this, sweetheart, is no longer alive, so I just find that case pretty sad.
Delight was for sure a giveaway. I have no idea what you mean by Doppel's Delight. Ink's comment, do you understand it? I don't know what Doppel's means. What does Doppel's? Yeah, what does Doppel's Delight mean? Ink? That might be. Well, his Doppel's Delight was a for sure giveaway, in my opinion. I don't know what you mean by Doppel's Delight. And do you, Tammy? Does anyone in chat?
No, I've got no. Ink, would you like to explain what you mean by your comment, sweetheart? Sorry, I find it very hard to understand what you mean. Like he's a dope, and he's delight.
Oh, mate, is there a response? Dupers. Dupers delight? Do you know Dupers is, Timmy? No. No idea.
We're in Australia. I think it's like, you know, he's duping people, maybe. Getting delight out of duping. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. I think. I only speak whatever English is our English. I actually sometimes I have to go to my friends. Yeah.
Oh, like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh, okay. So according to TJ, Jupiter's delight is a delight that people feel when they deceive others. The delight of deception.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. Thanks, TJ and Ink.
And thank you.
Yeah, he does look that creepy. He even looks evil in some of the videos SW did, like the side eye he gives her. But anyway, that's a boring case. But yeah, Samantha Murphy, that's one to watch if you're in Australia or even internationally. That's gonna be
I hope this doesn't come across as I'm being a bitch when I say it like this, but if she has died, I hope that they find her body soon so they can lay her to rest.
Yes.
And I'm telling you now, I'm getting a feeling that they're going to find her any day now. And
I reckon they know where they did mention in the the article I read, and I'm pretty sure Ozzy would have read the same article, but they've mentioned that they believe that the body may have been moved from where she went missing. So it's almost like they're saying they know she's unalive, and that they know at least one other person was responsible. So my feeling is they know the location of, but they for whatever reason that they can't say more, like, because I feel like they're trying to tiptoe around giving the killer even the family, and I reckon they believe it's someone in the inner circle, because they're not even really giving the family, you know, they're not even saying much about that. Like, and one of the reporters was quite straight to the point about it. Like, I thought that was interesting.
It's very rare when you come across interviewers or journalists who are straight to the point. So I'm going to go back to my
sure. Rachel Morin vibes. Morin.
Don't think I know that.
Amber Heard's trial was full of...
Oh, that was full of shit, that trial.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I actually watched it. I'll have to add that to my list. I just watched the Montgomery trial. Oh, that was heartbreaking. And he didn't get the DP. What the heck? He should have got that.
All right, I'm going to be a total bitch. I'm going to actually wrap this live up because I am nearly falling asleep on panel and I don't think people will hear me snore. But thank you for joining me.
No worries.
You have a great night. Stay hydrated, stay cool. And I'm just going to wrap this up. Take it easy.
You too, guys.
Bye, darling.
I mean, you too, Tammy. Bye.
Bye, sweetie. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just really, really tired tonight. But like I said, I'll probably do another live in a few days. But Ozzy and Mac are going to be doing part 3 of their story with Gypsy Rose, not with her, because, but they're going to be touching on the case a little bit more. And so, sorry about that. So please tune into Aussie True Crime. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell on every single live that has been clicked on here, so you'll get notification when any of them go live. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. If just tuned in to listen in the background. For those who participated in chat, thank you. If you wish to donate, my PayPal's in the description and my Amazon wishlist is there. Feel free to check those out. And until next time, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. All of you take care. Be good. Treasure the people you care about. Let the people you care about know that you care about them. And Ozzy, thank you for helping out in chat as well with, giving Mac and I some help as well. Much appreciated. I don't know when my next live will be, but I will be doing on my 3rd year anniversary of having my channel. I will be doing, I don't know, I can't even remember. I think that's in May, whatever it is. I'll be doing a very good live, hopefully that night. But like I said, all of you take care. If you're in a hot part of Australia, please keep hydrated. If you're in parts of the world where it's cold, please stay warm. And like I said, until next time, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, mice and rats, thank you all so much. So until next time, bye. Oh, sorry, my slogan. Until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you.